Huh? Doesn't seem to be going live. Oh, it's live. Oh,
Oh,
yes. It's a miracle of science. Cannot believe it. Welcome, friends. Welcome. Welcome, friends.
Hello.
welcome,
Welcome.
welcome.
Trying.
Hi.
Yeah, there's an echo happening for some reason. One second. I will do echo cancellation. Welcome to everybody who's here. This is a live which we are doing about the IPL cricket match. Does anybody know IPL cricket match? Is anybody live? People will join slowly, I guess. There's a lot of things. Two concurrent views, guys. This is happening. Cannot believe it. Now the echo is also gone. We have with us two varied luminaries of Indian cricket. Esteemed cricket writer Suresh Menon, who's currently disguised as. Sir, who do you say, Mr. Menon, you're coming here as today?
Today I'm Travis tired.
Sorry, what was that?
I tried to say Travis Head, but it came out Travis David.
Already a great start. Suresh.
So much for my Australian accent, mate. I'm not playing.
I think it's a good name, Travis. Travis is
David.
like the exact opposite of what head does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Head stop. Give me a
Travis.
head. Can I
Travis
give you a
gives you
head
head,
now?
yes.
But see, I
Travis,
think
yeah.
कल first ball bold था बेचारा. He lost
अरे
his
पर
head.
मस्त बॉल डाली ना अर्शदीप ने. But let's also ask Shridhar, who are you dressed as today?
I'm dressed as a Mumbai Indians fan.
But by the way, this is very interesting because we've got one person who's a big Mumbai Indians fan and we've got one person who's an RCB fan. And both completely contradictory results have been pointed out. One is stormed from nowhere and got into this thing, and one has gone into the storm from the start of the thing. So, how are you feeling, Sridhar? Let's come to you. Are you feeling like the toxic RCB fan, or are you just feeling like a joyous RCB fan?
No, see, the thing is, I don't categorize myself as like a big RCB fan at this point because I've liked RCB over the years, but I think it's really good that finally RCB is looking like they might go all the way. I think the kind of momentum they've had, it's fantastic. But being an RCB fan comes with a lot of emotional baggage and trauma and the past experiences. So I know what could happen at any point in time. So I think it's good to be cautious.
Yeah.
It's good to leave the positivity to the team and not for the fans.
By the way, we have a George who's popped in and said, George has said that Sridhar is dressed as Rahane, which is pretty good. Like anybody who looks like they could be selling stuff is dressed like Rahane. Okay, we have a lot of things to talk about. We're going to cover the RCB CSK match. We're going to cover some of the sort of trending topics that have been happening in the last week. We'll cover the teams that have been eliminated, specifically Punjab Kings and LSG, because, and of course Mumbai Indians, because you can't resist Mumbai Indians. You can't like it's like you can't talk about the superstars of Indian of Bollywood without talking about Kangana Ranaut, right? The second most beloved Indian actor after Amitabh Bachchan. We have to talk about all these important things, right? So we'll cover things and keep your comments coming, keep your likes coming. Any jokes that you have, I'll keep trying to read them. I still haven't figured out how to take somebody's joke and put it on the stream, but whatever. Who gives a shit? I'll read them out for you. So let's get into it. First of all, Suresh, we've discussed this, but what did you think of the RCB versus CSK game, where RCB fans were very horrified when Fab du Plessis was rightly run out, but not horrified when Ferguson bowled two beamers and was not taken off? What do you think? What do you think of this
See,
duality of man?
I think even I've been there before where Mumbai Indians was concerned. I remember this one final where we scored around 125-30. It's a very bad score, low score, and I raved and ranted on Twitter saying that, oh, these are things scripted and all that stuff. Scripted reality shows happening. What is this, the name of cricket and all that stuff? Nonsense. And then suddenly when we won that whole thing, then I didn't have any words to defend what I said earlier. So I've been there before, seen that, done that, and I feel that this is a fan ka emotion. Like I really didn't like when Sanjay Manjrekar went on the stadium and he started telling the fans not to boo Hardik. But I think Mumbai fans knew much more than what Hardik or Sanjay Manjrekar knew. And they knew that कि इसको अभी boo करेगा तो start end तक इसका यही रहेगा तो starting में boo करके खत्म कर दो. You know, so I think fans are going to be like this. They are passionate about the game, rightfully so. They are the ones who are paying. It's the same thing with actors. If you do not perform, you got a flop film in your hand. At least there, the critics are vicious. They take you apart bit by bit and piece by piece, and you're thrown out into the dustbin. You're thrown under the bus. And a lot of things happen to a lot of actors who are part of flop films, including me. So it's happened before. But having said that, uh, fans का सुनना मांगता है भाई. तो इट्स ओके. फैन को अलाउड है कि बीमर
Fan call.
बीमर वो एक्चुअली वेस्ट हाई नहीं था. मैंने देखा बराबर से. एम्पायर वाज राइट इन दैट केस. ही वाज एब्सोल्युटली राइट. एक्सक्यूज मी.
It was,
दैट इट वाज लाइक 1 सेंटीमीटर ऊपर. हो चलता है यार. एक हाथ ऐसा
you
वो
know,
पानी में.
Travis, it was head high.
Yeah.
It's not waist.
Yeah.
Sridhar, what did you think of this explanation that the second beamer was a slow ball, so that's okay? Like you get both slow ball beamers. That's allowed.
No, I think there was a bit of empathy with the bowler because the ball was wet. I mean, given how the outfield was, the only thing that could have saved them was Dhoni hitting the ball out of the park, so that
Yeah.
a new fresh ball could be given to Yash Dayal to defend those runs in the last 5 balls. Yeah.
That was some great mind games by DK at the end. If you for those who didn't follow, Dinesh Karthik said that the best thing that happened to us was Dhoni hitting the ball out of the stadium because we got a new ball. That's some great mind games just to mess with Dhoni's head for a year. For like 9 months. Now Dhoni's going to be like, these people have messed with my brain. I shouldn't have hit a six. Signal le leta to jeet jate. Like something just like that. We'll take a few comments that have popped in. Gurveer Singh Dhinsa says Dhoni had metal gloves and ball also had magnet in it. That's why the ball was spinning so much. Thala, for a reason, absolutely right. Thala also means having a magnetic personality, so you're correct. Sean says Shivam Dubey has continued the custom of losing form after being picked up for the World Cup, which is perfectly fine. And Gurveer Singh Dhinsa also says ball was dipping, dips don't lie. Good stuff.
They're called ball tip. a new form of sauce available in the market now. Balls dip.
Hey,
The,
so what
the IPL collection. The IPL saucy collections.
you're saying it was not a Beyond, sir? No?
Oh, nice.
Go on here, guys. It's happening. Just a few things. Just keep giving likes so that more people keep joining in. Okay. We have a few things to talk about, which is that the DK ball stretch. We also, everybody's spoken about Yash Dayal ad nauseum, which apparently means through their nose. I don't know what that means. I've just heard the term and used it. What do you think? Great redemption story. Sridhar and Suresh, have you ever had a redemption arc like this in your own personal lives where, something bad happened to you and you came back and you're like, you know what, this is what I'm made of?
See, I think the biggest story here is Yash Dayal went from playing for Gujarat to a team sponsored by alcohol. I think that in itself was a massive turnaround in his fortunes. I don't think anything else could have scripted this better.
Yeah. Yeah. Suresh, what about you?
I just completely lost what you asked after I heard Yash Dayal and alcohol. So,
Cheers, Mike.
oh, cripes! I hate you for that. What was the
Yeah.
question, sir?
Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Let's talk about something else. Since Suresh has apparently had the same stuff as Yash Dayal did.
Yeah. I just froze for a moment.
Yeah. So this thing we've discussed is Rohit Sharma privacy. The whole thing was that Rohit Sharma put out a tweet against Star Sports where he said the lives of cricketers have become so intrusive that cameras are now recording every step. And despite asking Star Sports to not record my conversation, it was and went on air. Let better sense prevail. Now, this is what he said on Twitter. What he actually said on when they were recording was, "Bhai, audio band karo, haan. Already ek audio ne mera watt laga diya hai." Which is, I think, what he should have tweeted. It has more impact.
Hey, which was the earlier
yeah.
audio that उसका वाट लगा दिया? वो कौन सा audio था?
Him saying that he मैंने खून पसीने से MI को बनाया वैसे भी ये मेरा
Wasn't
last
that
साल
the
है
video
अगले
in
साल.
question? This is a different video, is it?
This is a different video. This is apparently something else that he was going through.
Oh,
And Star Sports has already defended it, saying that it came on live broadcast and we didn't know this was happening. Or something they've said.
yeah. They said they respect players' privacy.
And we are really sorry. We didn't mean to keep the cameras in the bathroom. We'll remove it tomorrow. So, what if they had done that? No, oh, sorry, sorry. We didn't know that it was going to be so. So, hey, दूसरा वो cancel करना पड़ेगा. अच्छा, bathroom से निकाल दे, bedroom से हटा दे.
Yeah.
But
So, but
I think, see, the thing is, these cricketers have been in the public life for so long and have seen the limelight for so long. They should know that things will be recorded. I mean, you can't stop people from recording stuff, especially if you're in the middle of a stadium with like some 30 cameras, even before the match starts. Forget the during the match. During the match, everything gets picked up. But even before that, after that, there will be cameras and there will be uh, stuff that will be picked up. I think the bigger question here is that Indians, especially the celebrities, are very scared of getting their opinion known to the larger public. I think they're like very filtered in their opinions. Like if he was not filtered, it wouldn't have mattered. Whatever private conversation, public conversation would have been the same. It's just that we're so scared of saying what we really think about certain things that you have to say please respect our privacy. नहीं तो garden में जाके तेरा what I
yeah, yeah. I think there's Rohit. If you're watching this right now, I can give you a good suggestion. Since it's on national TV and you want to protect yourself from all these things going out on air, so you start abusing in Hindi. Believe
Yeah.
me, they'll automatically chop it off. They can't put it on air because that'll be a lot of issue. Even though you abused, I mean, it won't look nice. Rohit Sharma found abusing on this thing. But you say, अरे हम लोग MCBC तो बोलते रहते हैं उसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है? So casually add it. Be very casual about MCBC. Say I was mentioning Ben Stokes and his mother Mariam Stokes. So that does that
Oh,
work anyway?
No,
चले.
this is very true. Actually, if you look at Virat Kohli, any visual of Virat Kohli always has a background music because
Yeah, see, there you
you
go.
can't hear
yeah.
his voice
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
because they know
whenever
what will come.
"Eh, तेरी माँ
Yeah.
का," and normal
Yeah.
conversation, hey, congratulations, भोसड़ी के तू पास हो गया है. So that's the normal conversation. So I think that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. So I think
I
Rohit,
think
if
it's
you're
a great
watching this,
idea.
and Rohit,
Yeah,
if you're
it's
watching this,
This is like
yeah.
that World War II encryption, like बीच में गाली डालने का.
हाँ,
Then they won't decrypt it.
Yeah. The other thing he can do is just find out the bank account numbers of everybody who works at Star Sports. And as soon as the camera starts panning down, he just comes in like Ravi Kundube, Bank of India, SB 005541, ATM pin code 8654. Just see how
And,
we deal with it.
and in the end, he'll say, RBI कहता है account number.
yeah,
Okay, a few people have said that Star Sports. Sean says Star Sports thinks IPL is Big Boss, and Apex says it is Big Boss of cricket, which is kind of true. But a lot of people are also talking about this, which we wanted to cover. Is many people are becoming Fufa G for Dhoni no handshake clip. For those who didn't follow the story, there's a clip that's come out of Dhoni waiting for the RCB team to come and shake his hands, and they're busy like, yeah, yeah, and hitting bats. People are just screaming and shouting, and then Dhoni gets disgusted and leaves. And a lot of people have tweeted saying Dhoni was heartbroken, and this is not right, and he's so I'm like, you're just putting words in his mouth. So I would love to know what Suresh and Shridhar you thought about this lack of handshake.
I know what exactly Dhoni went through because I was also recently playing a 10 over match with my building kids. It was fifth standard versus older people. So we won, of course. But after the match, immediately after the match, I needed to go to the loo. So I waited for the presentation ceremony in the building for a long time. Then I decided to walk away. So a lot of people in the building also, अरे सुरेश मैंने बच्चे लोग से हाथ नहीं मिलाया निकल गया and all that stuff, you know. But the fact of the matter was, I had to use the loo, and by the time I finished, it was a pretty long one. I reached down, everyone had gone away from the ground. So the same thing applies to Dhoni. I think उसका पेट में कुछ गड़गड़ गुड़गुड़ चल रहा था, and he wanted to use the loo. So रुका बेचारा, and then he, oh my God, अभी रोक नहीं सकता हूँ, मैं जा रहा हूँ, and he just walked away. So एक गाली वाली थोड़ी देगी. He didn't look back like that, and then एक दिन दिखाऊंगा, याद रखूंगा दोस्त, याद रखूंगा. He didn't look back and all this stuff. नहीं तो Dhoni would have looked back at Virat and just nodded, and that would have made some great shots of Virat Kohli enjoying. So then he's saying all that over there, and Dhoni ऐसा just one shot of him high speed में ऐसा turn करके just and Tala comes back next year. So that could have been a great promo shot, but they
Correct.
missed it. And I basically Dhoni साहब को bathroom जाना था, इसकी वजह से वो चला गया. So please don't look too deeply into it. If you want to look too deeply, go to his commode and check it.
Yeah, go to he's
I think I
yeah.
know the reason, like he waited for about 10-15 seconds, and then he figured that these guys anyways will come for a selfie after the match. Like, if this player, because sir, big fans, sir, please one picture, sir. So he was just going
Yeah.
and chilling inside.
It's like once you get done with the show, you announce to people that hey, if anybody wants selfies, we'll do it after 7 minutes. So
Correct.
Thala knows the deal. He knows. And by the way, Kohli did go back to him, and he
Yeah.
actually did get a selfie, as did Chris Gale randomly. So it all worked out pretty nicely. Okay, we have a couple of things. Kurveer Singh Dhinsat says Rahul Gandhi changing name of Congress to Royal Congress Bangalore to make a comeback. That's fantastic. They'll win. They'll win 6 states in 6 days, I guess. And Raul Duke says, "What's with people saying to Rohit, Lol, you hardly gave any content with your batting. That's why they had to do this." This is another. This is another cynical POV.
Oh no, no. Hey, that's a nice one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Rohit Sharma was a disappointment where batting department was concerned, accepting that for that one innings. उसके बाद, but to be fair to him, he decided कि अच्छा form में रहूंगा IPL में, World Cup में मेरा form नीचे चला जाएगा. So he has saved his form for the real one, the one that counts for the international T20 World Cup that's going to happen. So रोहित को इसकी वजह से रोहित तुम टीम में हो, तुम आज घर से नहीं जा रहे हो. You can stay back, Rohit. You're there in the team. जोरदार तालियां. रोहित को eviction नहीं हुआ इस हफ्ते. So I think we should just get Salman in between to just say like a team to announce the team. We should get Salman because this often happens during the IPL before a major tournament. The selectors decide to announce the team and all during the IPL. Hitting the morale of a lot of young players. Some of them go into depression, but BCCI doesn't care obviously because money is very important. So I think they should start getting Salman to just make these announcements. आज टीम में कैप्टन बनेगा विराट कोहली. नहीं तुमने सॉरी विराट, पूरा बात तो कंप्लीट करने दो. रोहित शर्मा, हार्दिक पंड्या साहब, डोंट सेलिब्रेट, अभी तक अनाउंस नहीं हुआ है, ये ऑप्शंस है, like that. You should just make a suspense, dudum dudum, like they do in the TV channels and all this, and then announce the captain and demoralize the rest of the young kids so much that they never play cricket again. Like, I'm really shocked. Umran Malik has not played even a single match this IPL.
He played one match.
He played.
He's bowled. He played one over, gave 15 runs, and he's not bowled since then. Which
That's
we'll
so.
come to, by the way.
Yeah.
We'll come to that also, by the way, which is another thing to talk about. What were we talking about, by the way, before Suresh started?
Yeah, I also lost track of. I lost track just like Salman Khan did. His-
Yeah, even why did I go to the selection of the World Cup and
I
all?
have no idea.
The last thing I remember is that you were talking about Virat Kohli taking a selfie.
Stick to the road, don't stray.
Yeah.
Oh, shucks, yeah, damn it. And I'm only having some haldi pani. I think this is.
Yeah. Okay, there's another thing. We have to say goodbye to, of course, Mumbai Indians. And I just want one last word from both of you about MI. Because there was a very sweet video of Nita Ambani telling the Mumbai Indians that, listen, everyone, it's very nice. You really performed very well. And I'm still a fan of the Mumbai Indians, which is very good that she's reassuring both the team and herself that she continues to believe in them. And it's a very nice video because especially after Sanjeev Goenka, you're just like, oh, their team owners who are also nice because the whole Ambani family is like is nice in general. And then she tells, I want to wish the best of luck to every Indian player here for the World Cup. And she wishes each of them. And then all the other players from other teams were there. It's like, hey, thanks, man.
Hey, but see, again, she has done what they failed to show is after this whole thing. Thank you very much, well played, boys. And then she just looks at one guy, nods, and that guy comes in, beats up all the cameramen, throws the camera out. They shut the door, pull down the blinds, and it's a whole dark room. And they start putting lights one by one. Rohit, kitna run बनाए रे तूने? Fatak!
And suddenly the Star Sports camera pops in. During this moment.
Yeah, but Shridhar, what is the final post-mortem on Mumbai Indians this year? Because like Hardik Pandya in post-matches is also just laughing. He's like, what do I say?
I think this season was a classic case of telling the team managements, fans and players across the league that outside noise sometimes does interfere with what you're doing on the field. I think they could have cut down the outside noise uh, a lot more by, I don't know, whatever, doing more uh, press conferences. I don't know, whatever it took to communicate to the fans and the stakeholders that this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing this. When I would have loved for Rohit Sharma and Hardik Pandya to come together and give a statement saying that he's the captain and I'm with him in this journey or whatever. Then at least once the team environment is in a certain shape and form, then you can look at fighting together and winning some matches or whatever. Like look at RCB for example, right? Like in the beginning, it looked like the team was going to be last again this season. I don't know. It was not looking the best in terms of the kind of form they had, but there was no no doubt that the team was one. Like they all of them were together. Like Faf and Kohli share a great bond. Kohli is always vocal about how he backs Faf, etc. I think that should happen to MI also next season. Hopefully, they'll come out with that clear line of communication, cut the noise outside.
I think Simon Dool said it on Crickbuzz once, where he said that like the best transition was Pat Cummins in SRH, right? Because Aiden Markram, everybody. But he's like, it's because everybody respects him as Pat Cummins. And it seems very clear that a lot of these players, for whatever reason, don't seem to, like, Pandya has not earned their respect just yet. Maybe next year he will. So it'll be exciting next year anyway. I think the players that they're going to definitely retain Mumbai Indians this year is Akash Ambani, Anant Ambani, Neeta Ambani, and Mukesh Ambani. So they figure out who's going to be there. Okay, let's come to something else. Let's come to CSK. Okay, CSK are out of the tournament, knocked out by RCB, which a lot of people is a Southern Derby and all that stuff is happening. Suresh, who? Let's blame one person. Let's blame one person, Suresh. Come on, who do you think? Choose your player to blame.
From which team?
CSK.
CSK.
Oh, you just want to blame a okay, Suresh, blame a random player.
It's obviously only one chap of my poor Mumbai boy Rahane.
Yeah.
So I think somewhere down the line, Shardul and Rahane didn't get their due this IPL. They were like treated like, "Arey chal aaja, tu aaja, chal theek hai tu baith ja, tu chal theek hai tu aaja." So they're really confused as to what is happening in their lives. If they had played Rahane right from the beginning and let him fail in a few matches, he would have turned out to be a good asset to them towards the end. But I think things happened. In a very strange way in the CSK team. I don't know. Maybe they're still finding out the right combination of people. Right now, there is Rituraj Gaikwad, who everyone expected a lot, but I honestly thought कि एक दो match के बाद ही उसका हो गया. Next IPL secure किया. अभी now he's not going to play anymore. And it exactly came across like that. And this other boy, अपना Dubey. I mean, there were some matches that he was absolutely spectacular, and the matches that counted, somewhere down the line he fell short. Is it something to do with his mindset? So if you look back and what people expected out of Dubey and what he performed in the last match was, I think, quite disappointing. And 7 runs is not something that you get out to in a crucial match when you know you have to win. And that's where the pressure counts. That's where the players' attitude towards the game counts. The pressure is on, and you're unable to deliver. Forget everybody else. But Shivam Dubey, I thought he will take them through, because it was a batting pitch and they did come very close in the end, but rather sad. So I blame it on Shivam Dubey. Dubey, तूने क्या किया रे? मैं आ रहा हूँ तेरे पीछे, मारूंगा तेरे को, समझा ना?
I like Suresh not touching his wig, so he doesn't want it to fall off. This is called a true actor. Shridhar, what do you think went wrong for CSK? By the way, to talk about Rahane, this year his average was 20, strike rate of 120, and he batted in pretty much the power play every single time. So essentially, you have a guy who's scoring 20 of 17 in 17 balls in the power play, which is, I think, a little far from ideal. But I mean, it's not obviously not one person's fault. What do you think went wrong?
Yeah, I think a couple of things. Firstly, like Suresh mentioned, Shivam Dubey, right? I think like the guy was in such fantastic form, And then they said, "Tera US ka visa lag gaya." And he's like, "Chalo, bas life is sorted." Yeah, Shivam looked like one of those guys in college who got a pre-placement offer. Like, in this final year, you have a job secured already, and like, ah, screw it, yeah, who's gonna care now, right? It looked exactly like that. He was like least bothered about scoring runs and all of that.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think, more than anything, I was extremely impressed by the way RCB's bowling attack turned up this season. I think from where they started to where they ended up, I think was quite a sight to see. Like, even the last over, like 5 balls, 11 runs was not difficult. Like in a
Yeah.
huge
Yeah.
game like that with Jadeja and Dhoni on the crease, 11 runs is very easy. So I think for Yash Dayal to bowl the way he did in Chinnaswamy Stadium, like in Chinnaswamy, even if you like mishit, the ball goes to Indiranagar. Like it's very
Yeah.
easy to hit runs in that ground. But I think the team believed RCB is like, chalo, finally we'll do something, and then they did it. Yeah,
So basically, you're implying that Shivam Dube wanted a US visa, so he's going to become one of those illegal immigrants. Like
maybe.
you can just see that one of the cricket flow articles like, where did Shivam Dube go? Cricketer disappears in the whatever beaches of Florida, not
Yeah.
seen anymore.
That happens. I remember long some years back there was a shooting unit which went to Thailand, and the cameraman was missing, and they filed a complaint. But later on discovered that he had stayed back, and he was not going to come back. You
No,
know.
later I would discovered that this cameraman now works for Star Sports.
I
Will
should
be
be
in private
laughing.
discussions.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
we'll take a few comments that have come in, which is a lot of people have figured out who to blame. Apex says Indian selection के बाद form खत्म हो गया. सबकी except Kohli and Bumrah, which is literally absolutely correct. Raul Duke says it's Hardik's fault. He ruined CSK. Boo Hardik, boo, which is absolutely correct. Hardik did ruin the whole lineup of this thing. And then Sunita Manse says, "Lol, I will go hunt Dubey in Florida." We've already found somebody hunting Dubey in Florida. This is people are on assignments on the basis of this. And Rahul Duke says, "Dubey is perfect candidate for Team India. Performs on useless games, fails when it's most important." I mean, it's
But
still early in his career. Let's give him some
thing
time,
is,
huh?
see, Dubai, like the guy looks very. I don't know how to explain it. He looks like a college kid who's like the CEO of a company. Like, the the moment he starts talking, you feel bad for him. Like, what a papa, like what an innocent guy, right? But you know what? I think I don't know if we are going to talk about it. I think the hero of RCB versus CSK match has to be the Chinnaswamy Stadium's drainage system. I don't know how
Yeah.
many times you've
oh yeah.
seen that video. Like you could see how quickly water is disappearing from Bangalore. Like, it's extremely fast.
There's like
I,
people are just accumulated. They're all assembled underneath the ground, and as soon as it started, finish.
yeah,
It's like
there were just people holding each other and they were just drinking the water on the ground like they're lawnmowers.
But you know what? I
uh,
heard apparently
yeah.
during the day also it was quite cloudy,
Hmm.
which made Virat Kohli very happy. You know why?
Yeah.
Because it was not sunny.
Hmm.
oh,
And
wow, I love that.
yeah. And CSK was missing Suresh Reina. Yeah, correct.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. We're going. And then they got Dubod. They got Shivam
stupid,
Dubod. Thank you.
stupid,
This went
stupid.
last one went too far. Yeah.
And just one more, okay?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, one more, please.
I think the Chennai fans must have felt bad looking at that Chinnaswamy's drainage system because they could see so much water but not getting anything.
Let's not start a fight again between the two states. Water issues have been there before.
Yeah. I think this is already happening. CSK fans have already said that RCB fans were abusing us and all that stuff. Which I mean, I think RCB fans, dude, it's a great victory, but just chill out a little bit, man. It's like something else you
But
need to do.
but their
Yeah.
icon, the idol is Virat Kohli. So the Chennai fans, please forgive the RCB fans for abusing and trolling because they're from following the master of Ben
Yeah.
Stokes. So So we have to forgive them for that. Their idol is very vociferous in his abusive language, so it's very good to see. But at this match, I think caught Dhoni swearing when he got out. I heard him. I mean, I didn't hear him, sort of lip reading him, and he was looking pissed. And he did say a few things to himself, obviously, not to anyone else. You know, yeah, something like that. He said and went. So if they show the shot again, if they see it again closely, they'll know that Dhoni also remembered Bichara Ben Stokes.
I think one of these meme pages will definitely pick it up and tag it as Captain Cool Uncool. That's some rubbish they'll do.
Captain Cool
No,
loses
it's
his cool.
already started.
Yeah.
Like some of the Kohli fans posted that clip and said, "Oh, Dhoni abuses, it's fine, but if Kohli abuses, it's not fine." So that sort of comparison has already started.
Oh,
Yeah, because he did
scary.
it once. And also let them abuse, man. They're like professional cricketers. It's like high stakes environment. I mean, who gives a shit, man? It's just like here's the thing. You know, my son knows these words, right? And I've just told him, I'm like, brother, you can use them later, aram se, and I'll explain to you why they're bad and all that stuff. And he doesn't use them. And then he comes to me, he's like, Arey, Papa, he said the F word. I'm like, yeah, what a bad guy. Little knowing that I do it all the time.
I had this
I think
cousin of mine who actually learned the word chutia after a long time, and he was still 6 or 7 years old. So he heard someone use that, could have been me. And then one day he just came and he told, apparently in his class, he told somebody else, chutia ji, respect ke साथ. So I
Yeah,
thought that's allowed. तो इज्जत
yeah,
के साथ, "Bad जी."
yeah.
yeah, but you know what? Like Virat Kohli, okay. I think Virat Kohli is known for you know what, right? Yeah, whatever it
Yeah.
is, right? It just shows you that the only person he was okay with captaining was an F word.
Oh.
Oh, Fafdu in the.
Faf.
He
How
was
come?
okay with that.
He was
How
okay
come
with
that's
that.
never spread? Like everybody says Ben Stokes, nobody says Fafdu. Hey, Fafdu, man.
Oh,
you,
Fafdu.
you
डालना
dating my
पड़ेगा.
sister, Fafdu, bro. Like that's great. By the way, a lot of CSK fans have also gone around and said that, and I actually find this very interesting that across this IPL, right when the IPL started, okay, having watched like 17 seasons of this madness, insane bullshit, waste of time. Just like, every single time, like there's been at least 3 matches where teams have been all out. And while they've been getting all out, I'm like, boss, kya kar rahe ho tum log? Like, what is the rush? Play out 15 balls, get 4 runs extra, because eventually your net run rate is going to come. How, as professional cricketers, are you not told this? And very similar to what happened in the second last match for CSK versus Rajasthan Royals. They needed to chase 142 to win, and Rituraj Gaikwad scored whatever 41 or 40, 42 or 41. And commentators were praising him, and I was like, "Boss, no, this is not, especially at the end of the tournament when you know this is going to come back to bite you."
See,
Like, yeah,
unfortunately for Rahane, what happened was, Bichara, he was still shocked that test match में नहीं था. So now he
yeah.
came to play IPL. He was thinking, साला selectors को किस में impress करूं? So then he made a plan कि test match के लिए impress करता हूँ, out नहीं होता हूँ. So he stayed there. Then he got some galis from the management. Obviously tried to hit and became out. So I think he should have just played. He should have become Sunil Gavaskar for a change and done what Sunny Gavaskar did in 1975 World Cup when he protested against the whole format of cutting down test cricket into limited overs. And he played, I think it was against West Indies only, he was 36 not out. And he
Yeah.
lasted 60 overs. Those days, those matches were 60 overs. 60 overs, Sunny Gaskar, 36 not out. I think hats off to that man. So he made a statement like that over there. Rane could have made it over here, saying that take me back in the test match, bitches, and just stayed back. And not out का record उसका होना चाहिए था. Every match that not out ही नहीं होना है. चलो एक रन बनाया ऑफ
Yeah,
50
I
balls,
think
but चलेगा.
the difference is these days cricket players, if they have to make a statement, they put an Insta story. So
Yeah.
that is the progress that we have right now.
Yeah.
But by the way, Sunil Gavaskar innings was so interesting because he did that in protest against the bowlers, which I thought was so what a bizarre expression of your anger against your bowlers. When you like the bowlers didn't bowl well, so as a protest, I'm not going to get out. I'm like, I don't understand who this is a protest in.
No,
It's like a protesting water shortage by going outside McDonald's saying, तुम्हारे burgers में onions क्यों है? Like there is no connection.
It was also, I think, a protest against the West Indies fast bowlers were targeting the body and injuring a lot of batsmen. Sri Lanka, I think, in one of the matches, they were retired hurt completely. Five of their batsmen were back in the pavilion after being hit on their head, injuries and all this stuff. So they didn't have any more batsmen. So they retired the whole team. So the
Yeah.
West Indies bowlers those days took wickets at times. Most of the time they were after your life. That's all.
By the way, to assist you about Sunny G, I mean, I tweeted this as well. This was a lot of fun, which is that I like this riled up Kohli, man. It's a lot of fun to watch. I thoroughly enjoy it because I'm like, this is why I like it's like one of those things where it's like, dude, this is a lot, but I love it. It's great. So and I think it's interesting because like his strike rate, there's like pre PSG and PSG, which again was pre and post Sunil Gavaskar, and there's a jump of 30. So obviously Sunil Gavaskar was right. And the thing is, Virat Kohli is a good enough cricketer to go like, hey, thanks for motivating me and pissing me off because I need to be pissed off. And going ahead and doing it was great. So anyway, I'll read
Yeah,
a couple
I
more
think
comments.
Saniji
Sorry.
should. I think
Yeah.
before every single World Cup match of India, the team should have a pep talk with Sunny for like half an
Yeah.
hour before the match. I think he will individually tell them about what they suck at. Like he'll say, Virat Kohli, your strike rate is horrible. Rohit Sharma, you're not playing long enough. Hardik Pandya, I don't know what to say. Like it's just
Oh yeah, just
like a
one line.
series of one line
One
for
line.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be great. Shivam Dubey,
I,
ना क्या ना.
Shivam Dubey, तूने कभी शेविंग किया है क्या? I'm just saying. Just,
All one line.
Apex is saying Gavaskar should retire from anything, everything now. No, man. I listen. You guys all really need to chill out. Like, I mean, also the thing is, I think a lot of people have pointed out this thing about why did Gavaskar go after Kohli and not after Rohit Sharma? And I think it's honestly because everybody throughout this IPL is being feeling bad for Rohit Sharma. So people are like, रहने दो यार उसको मतलब ऐसे
पहले से
बहुत हो गया यार.
पहले से
हाँ.
हार्दिक पांड्या कैप्टनसी ले गया. देन ही डिडंट नो वेदर ही इज इन और आउट. देन आफ्टर सम टाइम ही वाज टोल्ड ठीक है तू आ जा, लेकिन तू उसको एडवाइस दे साइड से. मतलब यू वोंट बी साइडलाइन कंप्लीटली एज अ कैप्टन. यू कैन स्टे देयर एंड यू कैन सेलिब्रेट विद द प्लेयर्स आल्सो, बट प्रिटेंड दैट यू आर गिविंग द एडवाइस एंड ऑल्सो. देयर आर टाइम्स व्हेन यू सॉ रोहित शर्मा फील्ड में अकेले, ही जस्ट फील्ड में किसी को ऐसा बोला नोबडी एक्चुअली. सो द कैमरा, उसको कैमरा के लिए वो सब उसको ट्रेन किया था, सो दैट व्हेन द कैमरा इज ऑन हिम it look as if Rohit Sharma is still part of the,
but I
all that
think
he's doing, but nothing. There was nothing happening.
I think
Sometimes the field was empty. There was nobody. It was drinks break.
yeah, I think
So
cricket is the only sport where fans can get pissed that a fielder had to run from one position to the
yeah,
other. If fielding करा इससे guys, how can you make Rohit Sharma field? It's just
yeah.
Yeah.
very bizarre.
बीच में
And also,
बुमराह का भी, बुमराह also was sort of given some words also sledged by Hardik Pandya. Immediately senior cricketer बुमराह के साथ कैसा व्यवहार किया देखिए हार्दिक पांड्या ने. इस वक्त आप देख सकते हैं फील्ड पर वहां बुमराह जो देश के लिए इतना बढ़िया खेल रहे थे, इतना विकेट ले मुंबई इंडियंस के लिए, और जब उन्होंने एक मिस फील्ड किया, हार्दिक ने देखिए क्या कहा, ऐसे कौन करता है, एंड देन अ पैनल डिस्कशन हैपेंड. सो बेसिकली लॉट ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट आल्सो बीन क्रिएटेड. यस यस, मुझे लगता है कि इस वक्त ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए था. उन्हें जाके बोलना चाहिए था बुमराह जी प्लीज आप वहां पे जाइए, उनके पास जाकर बोलना था. देन अदर पैनल डिस्कशन विल से दैट देखिए ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है, उनका फाइन भी होता है अगर मैच टाइम पे कंप्लीट नहीं किया तो उनका ओवर डॉक किया जाता है और उनका पैसे भी उनको काटना पड़ता है, ऐसे थोड़ी होगा. एंड लॉट ऑफ फाइट्स हैपनिंग. सो दे शुड, आई थिंक दे शुड फोकस मोर ऑन दीस सॉर्ट ऑफ डिस्कशन rather than IPL on the field. IPL on the field, I think next time they should wear colorful clothes, maybe throw in a clown's cap, I mean a wig or something like that over the helmet, and make them bat and all this. It'll make it very interesting, like children friendly bana rahe hain hum log, like Chotu Patlu, Motu Patlu and all those guys at the stadium and they're clapping, hey.
one second, one second. Are you talking about Rohit Sharma and Ishan Kishan?
Both of them. I'm saying IPL has become this thing for fans. As I think fans also become very toxic. Thankfully, if you see this year, I didn't tweet anything against Mumbai Indians. I didn't. I consciously did that because at last I think I matured. I'm matured enough now to accept a loss manfully, and also accept the fact that Mumbai Indians finished last manfully, or you know, not showing too much of emotions. And really, yeah, well played Mumbai Indians. I'm looking forward to the next season. निकाल दो सबको.
Okay, we have Siddharth Bhatt who says Saurabh talk about Gautam Gambhir being considered as Indian coach. Before that, we have to talk
Wow.
about we have to say like we have to talk about the fact that BCCI put out a Google Doc,
Yeah.
Google form. So again, if you didn't follow the story, BCCI put out a Google form saying inviting applications for Indian coach, and random fans are filling it up. And by the time I got to it, they had closed it. So Shridhar, did you fill the form? Did you get the chance?
No, the funniest thing about this entire thing is, I think people who could actually become India's coach, I don't think they know how to use a Google form. The target audience themselves like, "ये क्या होता है Google form?" Like, I'm pretty sure Sunny ji is asking Rohan Gavaskar ki, can you help me with this Google form filling that, it says Kohli ka strike rate kya hai? I don't know, just saying it's very
Yeah.
difficult
I
to
think
understand.
Gautam Gambhir becoming the coach is like he reminds me sometimes when I see Gambhir, he reminds me Amir Khan जैसे हो सकता है, quite anal, you know. पुत्री तू यहाँ से काम कर, राइट आर्म ओवर विकेट कर दे सर, बट आई बोल लेफ्ट आर्म, कोई बात नहीं तेरी, तू एक ट्राई तो करना, मैं बोल रहा हूँ, आई एम टेलिंग यू, जस्ट डू इट, इट विल वर्क फॉर यू. देन दैट bowler's लाइफ खत्म, बुमराह का जिंदगी खत्म हो गया, सो आई थिंक ऐसे सब really funny things. I don't think Gautam Gambhir should be the coach of the Indian team for sure, national team.
I mean, I don't know how he gets along with everybody, but I mean, basis what he said in multiple interviews over the last few weeks, he actually seems to get along well with everybody, and he just says everything in media is bullshit. So you never know. You never know what's the truth. He might
No,
be
but
getting along
I
with
think
everybody. Yeah,
good. Gautam Gambhir is, see, no doubt, fantastic player. He's done amazing stuff for the Indian team, okay, over the years as a
Yeah.
player. But I don't know why he feels the need to say something controversial for the sake of it. Like, there was no need for him to say that, AB de Villiers and Kevin Peterson should look at their own careers when they were captains. They can't comment on somebody else's captaincy because they had a horrible captaincy stint. Like, if that is the yardstick, I don't think Sunny G has any right to talk about Kohli's strike rate, for example, right? Or if
yeah,
the yardstick, then I don't think Gautam Gambhir has any right to talk about any of the bowlers, for example. He can't say Bumrah is a bad bowler or a great bowler, right? Because he's never bowled in his life. So I think at some level he just says something for the sake of it, which probably is the reason why he tried becoming a politician. That is the perfect place to be in if you want to say random things at random times. But I think in cricket you have to be a little more measured and a little more
I
yeah.
don't
thoughtful
know.
while you say things.
I don't know. I'm always shocked by the lack of application at times in matches, especially IPL. And then somehow it spills over to international matches. Then you can see there's a residue. Now we'll see this residue coming in with Surya Kumar batting in the World Cup. We can see that happening. I can visualize it already. What is going to happen over there? Because last time also I saw the 360 man and all this stuff didn't work. I'm sorry, the 360 and all that. Oh, it's great for an IPL terminology, but not international matches. I'm yet to see the 360 player and all that stuff. Yeah. So I hope Surya, because I'm a Mumbaiker, I expect a lot more out of him, and I hope that he proves me wrong and makes me shut my mouth after his World Cup performances for sure. Because if he manages to do that, we are definitely winning.
But
But
by the way, we have to. So just to give you context, Gautam Gambhir basically reacted to AB de Villiers apparently saying that Hardik Pandya has not done good in captaincy, and Rahul Duke says reactions on apparently it was a fake tweet. It
Yeah.
wasn't even a
So
real quote.
actually,
Yeah,
the broader context is that AB de Villiers' quote itself was taken out of context. He basically said,
right.
that Hardik Pandya walks with his chest up, and he's like little. There's a bit of a bravado in his captaincy, which the other senior players may not like. Is what was put on social media, but that apparently is out of context. Which Gautam Gambhir further picked up and said that AB de Villiers is a horrible captain, so he can't speak about
see,
captaincy.
because
Yeah.
I think Gautam Gambhir's strategy was superb. As a mentor coach of KKR, his idea was that if Hardik Pandya is removed from his captaincy and the sensible captain comes, Mumbai Indians may end up winning the cup again. So that was his contribution.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
a master stroke by him, making sure, hey, ऐसा कैसे बोल सकता है हार्दिक पांड्या? He should remain the captain for the whole IPL. ऐसे बात कर रहा है डिविलियर्स, you wild person, निकल जा मेरे नजरों के सामने से, ऐसा कुछ बोला होगा उसने. So I think he wanted to achieve that. Was very strategic comment by him. You're right. He did say that for the sake of effect more than anything else.
And then by the way, Atul Vasan. who was I think Delhi selector at some stage, which, when they removed Gautam Gambhir from Delhi at some stage, and so unka bhi they have a long history. Atul
Yeah.
Hassan played for India also, and he said, "I don't believe Gambhir because he just says things for effect." So he's literally saying what Shridhar said. So again, like I just know that Gautam Gambhir is tactically great. Okay, with KKR we've all discovered this, but also he would make Indian cricket so much more exciting. Like just he'll start bidding if Gary Carson is coach of Pakistan, like dude, there'll be a fight in the parking lot. It'll be great. Like
I,
Gambhir is like, "Tu
Also,
aapar."
I also sometimes feel like Gautam Gambhir gets angry about the fact that nothing is making him angry. Like he's
this
कोई कुछ बोला क्यों नहीं? Like why is nobody saying anything? Like I want to be angry. He's like, give me some
yeah.
anger.
Oh, one second. That just makes me want to check his birthday, Gautam Gambhir, because I'm a little bit of an astrologer. I got some theories about who are these people who get angry for no reason, and I'll explain to you all why if I'm Gambhir's age. 14th
So
October.
while
14th October. Okay, Libran. That's
no
fine.
connection.
Yeah, no connection. No connection with the
No,
way.
but how is the Libran supposed to be? Like just for our understanding.
Flirtatious, happy-go-lucky, which is nothing like Gautam Gambhir, and smiling always most of the time. People's person, nothing to do with Cripes. No, this is not this. I think the word it's
This
more like a November scorpion. He behaves like that because झगड़ा करना है. Now, if you all start asking me how come I know all these things, because I live with a scorpion, wife is scorpion, so
So you just wanted to
this
you just wanted to talk about your wife for 5 seconds. That's what we wanted to come to
just making
basically.
sure that this is an
Yeah,
advice for anyone who's watching right now.
yeah.
Beware. Huh. So Gautam ठीक है बच गया. So maybe he'll make a good captain. Maybe he's just a little bit angry and maybe he'll become a very good captain. And he's just the same age as Dhoni, yaar,
I think
बेचारा.
no Suresh. I think maybe the moment Gautam Gambhir was born, he was probably angry about the fact that he's not a Scorpion. Or
Ah,
Yeah,
like, why am
correct.
I a Libra? I can't be a Libra, and that's
Yes.
how it started.
yeah.
Then sir अमिताभ बच्चन सर भी यार कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता मुझे नहीं करना है सर रेखा जी भी नहीं नॉनसेंस सर
By
मलिष्का भी
this, Siddharth Bhadasel and basically Gautam Gambhir shat on AB de Villiers and for some reason Kevin Peterson as well. And Kevin Peterson tweeted, "He's not wrong. I was a terrible captain." So I like how Kevin is like, "Yeah, I
See,
sucked at it."
Kevin Peterson is very smart. Next year he's making sure a commentary box में वापस दिखे यार.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
सब
He knows
marketing है
who the
भाई.
boss is.
And ultimately, if Kevin Peterson and Gautam Gambhir stand next to each other, match is
yeah.
over. Game set and match to Kevin Peterson. That's it. Right?
But also Kevin Peterson and Gautam Gambhir are different levels of negativity. Like even Kevin Peterson really struggles to compliment people. Like he always looks at the most negative aspect of every situation. I think there was a match where Shashank Singh was batting and he's like, yeah, the pressure is really going to be on him and there's nothing he can really do about this. And it's just a quagmire and a mudslide. And I'm like, just let the guy play, dude. Why are you being so negative about it?
But I think they
Okay.
should compile all these negative comments that AB and Kevin Peterson made about Hardik Pandya, compile it together, give it over to Yashraj Mukhate, and make a song out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
That would sound very
Okay.
interesting.
Okay, let's talk about one team which I thought was kind of interesting. We said bye to a few teams right now, so I want to talk to you, both of you, about Punjab Kings and Lucknow Super Giants. First, let's come to Punjab Kings. So in again on one of the interviews somewhere, Simon Dool said that Punjab Kings is one of the teams where most cricketers, when they get to that side, they want to immediately leave it. And he didn't name the cricketers, so everybody is now researching which Kiwis were in whatever in Punjab Kings. So I think the environment in Punjab Kings seems to be very bizarre. And then Sehwag in another interview he said that again all of this shit is just watching a crazy amount of cricket buzz and all. He said that इन लोग को फर्क नहीं पड़ता है क्योंकि सारी teams ने 300 crore बना दिया है. So they made the 300 crores. They don't give a shit. Winning is just a bonus. All of them are very profitable now, so they don't care about winning. So Sridhar, what do you think is wrong with the
I
Punjab team? What's happening? Yeah.
I think the Punjab Kings team comes to IPL every year for participation certificate. Uh,
Yeah.
like they don't look like they actually want to win. Like every time there's like a few matches where they'll show incredible brilliance. I think that's probably only to maybe see Preeti Zinta smile. That seems to be like their biggest incentive versus winning a trophy ever, because like all these years of seeing maybe I think there were a couple of seasons where Maxwell went batshit crazy, and they looked like they could win the trophy. Uh, Beyond that, I don't think Punjab Kings really has been very serious about going past the league stage into the playoffs. And in true Punjab style, I think all of them just want to leave. They don't like staying in Punjab. They want to leave to better pastures.
Yeah.
It also seems like there's a lot of interference with the from the management, and nobody wants to leave the cricketers alone. And I'm like, just leave them alone. Now let them
I
like
don't know
multiple.
why that's a.
Yeah,
I don't mind not being left alone by Preeti Zinta. I mean, I love
yeah,
Yeah.
her
Maybe
to be
that
around us
maybe
all the
they
time.
were promised and she's not there. Meeting them at
yeah,
all.
yeah,
No, Preeti isn't there,
yeah.
never there to give them any pep talk or something. Or maybe it's the opposite. She's telling them, देखिए बैट को ऐसा पकड़ना चाहिए, ऐसे मारते तो ठीक हो जाता था. तुम लोग को इतना बेसिक्स नहीं मालूम तो how can we ever win that? You should bowl like this. You may be giving them some advice. So they said, अरे बाप रे भागो, auntie आ गई. Though I must say that I know the CEO of Punjab very well. I've been talking to him quite a
Justin
bit.
Trudeau.
No, Satish Menon is now the CEO. Oh, just I missed that. Okay, true that. So
But yeah. So what did he say? What did your friend say?
I didn't ask him after they started losing. I didn't say a word at all. So I've not even messaged him for a long time. So I just now,
When was the
maybe
last time
after
you
the
spoke
final.
to him? 2008? Like,
I think after the Fab innings, Shashank Singh and Ashutosh. After that,
Yeah,
that was something really worthwhile. And it was crazy, man. That sort of hitting. I think this IPL may whoa, that chase was something different. I think they should give that best match award also to one of these teams. They deserve it so that keep them
yeah.
motivated for the next
yeah,
season.
I think, the thing is, I think Punjab Kings as a team uh, should do a lot more to, uh, you know, uh, create some good sense amongst the Punjab state people also, because there's a big drugs problem, right, in Punjab.
yeah,
But if you look at the team, they all look like they've never been high in the points table, right? So I think that is a good message to give to the state, that always stay grounded, be at the bottom, never fly,
Never
never
fly.
go
yeah,
high.
Hey,
yeah,
listen, that's where Mumbai Indians did a good job of that, giving that statement. Be humble. It doesn't matter if you've won 5 times. It's okay to be last and be there and accept
yeah,
defeat as you'd accept your winnings. So that's where Mumbai Indians have done it very well. Punjab said कि ठीक है भाई तुम नीचे हम तुम्हें इज्जत देते हैं आप नीचे है ऊपर और कोई है हम यहाँ पे ठीक है कोई बात नहीं प्रीति जिंटा हमारे साथ है and we are not in a nest anymore sorry mess anymore.
yeah, yeah. By the way, there's three things I want to point out. Okay, one is that people have been pointing out, "Arey, kya Punjab? They keep changing the captains. It's all bullshit." I'm like, dude, Shikhar Dhawan got injured. Like he got injured. They were looking pretty sorted till he fell on his shoulder and all that stuff that happened. And then the bigger problem that they've had is that their top scorer has been Shashank Singh, who bats between 4 to 6. So the openers have barely done anything. Best to won that one match, which is like, हो गया अभी मेरा एक साल का काम. It's all good. We're good to go. But also another thing that they kept asking the question about that 90s pop hit, which is who the fuck is Ellis, you know? And I was like, dude, Nathan Ellis is probably one of the best T20 bowlers in the world, and they played him for one match. Like, dude, what are you doing? This is like it's
Yeah,
bizarre.
yeah, it's crazy because that Dream 11 and that whatever those apps are there which are making you use your brains to play cricket and choose a proper team. I used my brains, chose proper teams every time, but somehow I landed up losing all the time. Dream 11, I'm coming after you because I feel there is some bots involved over it. And how can my team lose when you have gone with the forms of the present players and all that stuff? कुछ है इसमें because the player, for example, Shashank Singh and Ashutosh after the innings that they played, you're sure that they have to be in your team the next match that they play, correct? You will put them on. You will probably make one of them the captain for sure. And then you realize that that's a match they flopped miserably. Where is the justice over here? And they are team owners. I also feel like a team owner when I put my own team on Dream 11. They should give me access to the players. Maybe Sanjeev Goenka would have looked like a very honorable man after I finished up with some of the players who were there in my team. So
Basically, you're trying to say that you want to basically become Gurunath Mayappa. That's what you want to do, is what you're trying to say. You want to own the team and bet on the team as well. Sridhar,
yeah,
you're trying to say something.
No,
Please
see,
go
the
ahead.
thing is, I think what defines Punjab this season is the fact that they had to rely on Sam Curran being their captain. I mean, Sam Curran looks like he's just given his 10th standard board exams, and is trying to do coaching by the side while playing for an IPL team. You know, he just looks like from Shikhar Dhawan, who's a gabbar. Like when he hits his thigh, like Sam Curran flies. That sort of a figure. Somewhere you have Sam Curran who's like trying to lead the team. Like, does he look inspiring? Like, do you think Sam Curran can give
Sam
a pep talk
सैम करन
to
हिंदी में
the
ऐसे
team?
सैम करन कभी तक नामकरण भी नहीं हुआ ऐसे लगता हो he looks like a bacha, complete bacha. You're right.
I
Yeah.
like that joke. I enjoyed that.
So
But
there,
yeah,
there
Punjab,
is
yeah,
somebody's written Ashwamed where Joyda on Crick Bus said that owners and their friends interfere in Punjab Kings. I think that's
yeah.
such a crazy thing. Na Preeti Zinta ko, listen, guys, I just want to tell you something. Last night I had met Sheila and she was telling me that Arshdeep, please, ऐसे bowling क्यों करता है? So please
Yeah.
you have to change your bowling style. So Arshdeep ko Sheila has actually advised, who's Preeti Zinta's friend, and Preeti has gone and communicated. So is that possible? Just imagine they'll get lot of advice. अरे भिड़ो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ ना तेरा टीम में जो वो खेलता है ना उसको थोड़ा ऐसा खेलने बोल. And then Preeti Zinta takes this is a great advice from somebody who's drunk right now in the party. I should put it across to my players. And is
Yeah.
that happening? If Joy that did say that, I want to pull that out and make a video on that. That'd be very interesting.
I think you enacting all the different kind of Bollywood celebrities giving advice to professional cricketers is
Yeah,
a
wow,
very fun
man.
idea.
Hey,
Where it's
dude,
like,
dude, I think Sam Curran should start opening the innings.
I said, so,
Who
Saif,
is this? Which actor was this?
this was Saif Ali
yeah.
Khan. I hope so.
Hey, come on, yeah. What are you talking about? You don't know safe over.
Wow.
Um,
Well,
well, okay. We have Devin Kumar who actually raised an interesting question. And by the way, after this, we'll also cover LSG. Again, if you're watching, please give likes because more people tune in. And yeah, that's the whole point of doing this. Devin Kumar asked thoughts on the commentary panel being absolutely biased, and Raidu going on record to saying he wants SRS to defeat RCB while being a presenter and literally crying in the com box when RCB won. Now, here's my point, okay? I don't understand the shit about commentators being unbiased. Why do they have to be unbiased? Like, isn't it more fun if they have a bias as opposed to them calling the game as they see it? And like, for example, especially if you watch the NBA and all that kind of stuff, right? All of these people have their favorites and they always keep saying like, hey, tera heat nahi jeetega, mera ye log jeetega, and that makes the whole commentary a little bit more fun, a little bit more combative. So are we not mature enough to accept the fact that everybody, like, I'd rather have somebody openly be biased about things than be like, oh, slyly, and then people have to extrapolate shit. Do you
So
think
I'll
that we
tell
are
you
not
what.
ready for that or what?
No, I think the problem, Saurabh, is there are very few institutions in this country that are unbiased. People have more expectations from the commentary panel than the election commission. For example, I'm just giving an example. Right? Now, there are at least kahi pe to we need people who are objective and rational and not leaning towards one side, which I think there's fair criticism if you ask me, because as much as you try to deny, I think there is that Mumbai favoritism amongst certain commentators in the way they say things versus, let's say, when they speak about somebody who's not from Bombay, for that matter, right? So I think it just annoys fans a little, because at the end of the day, you see these guys as being objective on air and not being biased towards a certain team or a certain player. That's when you feel like you are getting the full experience of the match. Like, imagine you are an RCB fan, okay, watching the match, and you're hearing Sunny G going on and on about how strike rate is bad, and intent is not there, etc., etc. And then you see the next match is Mumbai Indians match, and where, let's say, Rohit Sharma is not playing well, for example, right? And Sunny G is saying, oh, today the weather is too hot, there's a lot of humidity in the air, which is why Rohit Sharma's shirt is all wet, he's not able to play properly, for example. So that sort of pisses people off, right? So
Yeah.
I think if they have to do this sort of commentary, they should get me in the commentary box. I'll do a good job of it so that I'll take down notes. कि बोलना बोलो आपको क्या बोलना है करके, and I should be the person. So when they are speaking, it comes out they're unbiased. Then I should
Yeah.
just say मेरा दोस्त सनी के हिसाब से मुझे लगता है कि रोहित शर्मा बेचारा फ्रंट फुट पर गया था, बॉल अच्छा था, बॉलिंग बहुत अच्छा था, लेकिन उनका बैड लक की वजह से कि उन्होंने ऐसा बैट बल्ला हाथ से घूम के रिवर्स स्वीप का जो उन्होंने किया था, हेलीकॉप्टर शॉट के साथ मिक्स हो गया और आउट हो गया। रोहित की इसमें कोई गलती नहीं है, ऐसा मेरा दोस्त सनी इंडोर से बोल रहा है। सनी Gaskar is sitting right next to me, and Sunny Gaskar, and if you see, there's a really magnificent ball by the bowler Arshdeep Singh, really bowling to his field, and that was a very good ball. But he feels happy that at least somebody has said what he wanted to say. So they should have me as a commentator, whether neutral, who will come in different get-ups and make sure that I'll be very
I
biased.
think, Suresh, you have a long way to go from Sorabh podcast to commentary.
Damn it.
You're at the absolute rock bottom right now.
But one day I'll make it. See, just like Mumbai Indians, I'm at rock bottom, but it's fine.
This is not the audition process for getting a BCCI contract. but,
Hey, but boys, I
yeah.
must tell you all this. I have been a
Yes.
part of the community in Star Sports, South Africa versus Bangladesh. So they had me with Deep Das Gupta, Akash Chopra at times, and where I was in different get-ups. Once I was dressed up like Bapida, and I was there, and Rabada was bowling so many years back, and I had said that time, "ये Rabada आगे जाके करेगा बहुत बड़ा कोबरा," and it was true. So can you imagine the intelligence of my commentary at that time? It may have been a joke, it may have been a funny accent of Bapida singing and all this stuff, but I was right about my cricket, and for those very reasons, I was thrown out of the panel the next year. They never called me back again. So
I think that's when the downfall of Star Sports started. That was
Sridhar, you should be supporting me. So I think maybe the
Uh,
three of us should be taken the commentary box,
yeah,
and we
yeah.
should do a commentary which is our commentary. That'd be so much of fun.
But also, like the thing is that we're talking about bias and unbiased, right? Like when you're watching an international match, right? And Ian Bishop is in the commentary along with Harsha Bhogle, and India versus West Indies is playing. It's not like they're both unbiased. They're both like,
no, no.
I wonder who
But,
team is going to.
but,
Yeah.
but imagine Ian Bishop and Harsha Bhogle are commentating on India versus West Indies. I think Ian Bishop will know the Janam Patri of all the players of
Yeah, yeah.
India. Like, oh, Arshdeep Singh, when he was 5 years old, used to eat paratha, and then one day his mother gave him extra butter. Since then, he started becoming a bowler, becoming a bowler. For example, he would have those
Yeah.
stories, and then Harsha Bhogle will be like, "Oh, shot of an emperor, a king, the ball is out of the ground."
Yeah. I think first they should have a dress code for commentators who are biased. For example, Harsha Bhogle, I feel every time he tries to be that one guy who's totally not biased. So
Yeah.
even when India is playing really well, he'll be. It's time that Pakistan think about taking a wicket, and there next ball one wicket goes. It's happened many a time. So I feel, for example, Ian Bishop and Harsha Bhogle, when they're commenting, they should be given this lal, that dhotar for wrestling का जो पहनते हैं वो लोग, that should be the costumes, and they're commenting. So बीच बीच में random shots of two bare-chested men sitting and commenting, and when they get angry, they're allowed to fight. So
Oh, so you want Ian Bishop to fight Harsha Bhogle?
You heard Ian Bishop, right? Ian Bishop's favorite thing to say is, "Remember the name," right? He keeps saying, "Remember."
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
because none of the other commentators do. Like, he's like,
Yeah.
just remember this name because they keep forgetting when the other players are playing.
Dude, like I was doing this global GT20 in Canada for which I've still not got paid, and and this is the first time I'm publicly announcing this shit because it's been a year. They have to literally pay me for editing. They've not paid me yet. Anyway,
wow.
so
So basically,
I
Saurabh,
was.
you're in the league of Yuvraj Singh and other popular world cricketers.
Yeah, who are not been paid as yet.
By the way, I was at the G20 and I was discussing with these guys over drinks and all. I'm like, hey, I heard a story about some player who said that you've not paid them. And they were like bitching the player out. They're like, "Arey, ha, that guy, he's a problem," and blah blah blah. And cut to 3 months later, it's like, "Hey, excuse me, can I get my money?" So while I was doing this unpaid show for G20, I had an idea that Carlos Brathwaite was there, and I thought that it'll be a funny reel where I just meet Carlos Brathwaite and I'm like, "Hey, sorry, what's your name?" And he's like, Carlos Bradford. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I don't remember. And then I leave, right? And I'm like, that's a very simple, easy reel about Carlos Bradford. Remember the name. And apparently he stopped answering the guy who's managing my stuff's call, saying this idea sucks. So this is much like my Suresh and R.D. Burman story.
Copy.
Popular, sorry, yeah.
Alright,
By
so
the way, we have sorry, Suresh. One comment which I really like was Shadab saying, "Nah, better if unbiased. Bash both teams equally. Praise blue one." I like this. They just put full negative commentary. Yeah,
Yeah. This is what Harsha Bogle does most of the times anyway.
yeah,
but he's got verbal diarrhea, in ball which is defended also he's got some 50,000 things to say about it.
yeah.
4 गया तो ठीक है, 6 गया
That,
तो बहुत
Suresh,
अच्छा.
that's called keeping a job, which we are not very good at.
Which we don't have any chance. सौरभ कुछ कर यार.
अरे करते अभी now they've started this bloody Geo Dost or whatever. Also, we are not there. Also,
Yeah, shit, man. That we should have been there. There's such boring people over there.
hey, no comments on
There I
this.
said it. I know some friends will be there. मेरे भी कुछ दोस्त हैं वहाँ पे, लेकिन I don't think so. लेकिन चलेगा.
Okay, let's talk about something else. I would love to know from you who had a better tournament this year. Okay, and I'll give you 4 options, and you tell me who's the winner. Okay, I think these 4 people had easily the best IPL 2024. Nominee number 1, Mitchell Stark. Nominee number 2, Alzari Joseph. Nominee number 3, Jofra Archer. Nominee number 4, Krishnappa Gautam. Now, all 4 of them, who do you think had the best IPL? Jofra Archer got basically 4 crores for not coming.
Obviously, Jofra is
Yeah. Yeah.
Jofra. I think he played very well because he realized
Yeah.
यहाँ पे आके it's anyway a circus, so it's better to stay back home. And
Yeah.
I think this is the issue that we missed completely, Sorab.
Yeah.
Kings 11, I mean Punjab Kings. I think the boys have not been paid. That's why they are wanting to run away from there. So
Yeah.
तो पेमेंट बाकी है. सो जोफ्रा मस्ट बी रियली हैप्पी कि यहाँ पे पेमेंट का प्रॉब्लम है. इनफैक्ट आई विश सम ऑफ द क्रिकेटर्स ऑनेस्टली कम आउट एंड से हर टीम का कि अपना पेमेंट नहीं आया अभी तक. एंड हाउ मेनी ऑफ देम विल बी देयर इफ यू मेक अ फोरम, यू नो,
Yeah.
क्या ना सीरियसली कि वी आर देयर, वी आर फाइटिंग फॉर राइट. सो कितने साल से देन वी कम टू नो कि राइट फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट एडिशन किसी का पेमेंट गया नहीं, द ओनर्स आर नॉट पेड एक्सेप्टिंग
Yeah.
फॉर केकेआर बिकॉज़ शाहरुख विल नेवर डू दैट.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
दैट आई
Correct.
कैन वाउच
It's
फॉर.
I think Mitchell Stark has had the best season ever.
yeah.
Because think about it, right? That guy is a legend. Okay, like he got insane money, and he made everyone believe that he doesn't know how to bowl. Like he's like, मुझे bowling आती नहीं. Like he's like a
Yeah.
very bad bowler.
Yeah.
Come the T20 World Cup,
Yeah.
that guy will start bowling, and then the ball will swing from Pakistan to Bangladesh. Like Calcutta में कहाँ है? You'll not even realize what's hit you, right?
Yeah.
Which I think he's also very smart because he's getting to bowl to some of the Indian players in the nets, and unfortunately none of the KKR players I think are playing for India, right? Like nobody's drafted
Yeah.
in
Nobody.
the World
Yeah. I
Cup.
think the only option was Varun Chakravarti and Shreyas Iyer
Yeah.
maybe, but
This is the
none
only
of them was
drawback, I
selected.
think, for Mitchell Stark, right? He can't even like injure certain Indian players who could be in the T20 World Cup.
Oh yeah, man. See,
It's a waste of time for him, but he's getting the money that he.
Shridhar has just put some thoughts to some of the foreign players before the playoffs. I mean, yeah, है ना?
But
But,
I
but by
think
the
the thing is, Mitchell Stark is like iPhone, right? Like when you buy an iPhone, even if you know that it's not good at something, you feel like there's something wrong with you, and not the
yeah.
Not the phone.
like
Yeah.
let's say if it's not reading your face properly, right? You feel like there's something off with my face. You will never say that the phone is same in
Yeah.
Mitchell Stark. Like KKR management from match one is like, there's something wrong with us, not with Mitchell Stark. Like he's like our golden boy. He's
Yeah.
just not been able to perform because of something that we lack and not his fault.
By the way, I just want to read some stats for you, okay? Because like I think Mitchell Stark's year is not been like his first 4 matches were horrendous, right? I think he took no wickets for the first 4 matches and he gave an economy of 12. Since then, he's taken 12 wickets in basically 8 matches. and his economy is still 11.3, which sucks, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's not been good. But you're absolutely right. By the way, one
No,
small
that
comment.
basically shows you
Yeah,
that Mitchell Stark is expensive on the field and off the field.
Oh,
yeah, basically. Yeah, he said he basically every time they say anything, they're like, I'm expensive everywhere. Somebody said something about Ross Taylor. I can't find the tweet. Apparently,
he
sorry, give
was
me a
slapped.
second.
He said that he was slapped.
Yeah. Pranav Anand says Ross Taylor said KL Rahul was only scolded by the owner while I was slapped by a owner, and people started saying, "Oh, Karan Kundra is so bad," while totally forgetting he played for Malia's team. So did Vijay Mallya slap Ross Taylor? Is that the story?
Wow.
Quite possible. Yeah, कुछ भी हो सकता है.
No, so
Yeah,
the important question to ask is, did he slap on the leg side? Uh,
yeah,
I am Vijay Mallya, and I will treat you
yeah.
like
this
a
is my
king.
sweep
Sit
shot.
on my lap. I am Vijay Mallya. I'll treat you like a king. Why don't you come and sit on my lap? So yeah,
Lapchop.
lap.
But okay, there's two people who I feel very bad for in this IPL so far. Okay, and there's two people who I don't know. It's not this. They bowled one over each this whole IPL. Okay, and I cannot stop talking about these two people. They bowled one over in the whole IPL and not another over after that. Umran Malik bowled one over, gave 15 runs. They have not played him only since then. I'm like, dude, how do you just give 6 balls to a pace bowler? And the second is Shamar Joseph. Shamar Joseph
Ah,
in that 22 run over that he gave, I mean, it wasn't that bad an over that you just never play him again. And it's not like
exactly.
LSG has some crazy number of stocks of fast bowlers coming out of the bum. That I'm like, this makes no sense. So coming straight away to LSG, and this is the last team we're going to cover before we very quickly project what's going to happen in the knockouts. Shridhar, Suresh, what do you think has gone off with LSG? And I'll give you one small stat. I was going through some of the numbers. According to strike rates in the IPL, without any like minimum number of balls or whatever, the opening batter of LSG. I know it's been covered a lot, and I'm feeling bad shitting on him again. But guess where KL Rahul falls in the list of strike rates this IPL? Just guess the number, like in
This
the whole list.
this is for Sridhar. I can't say it because I know the answer.
Yeah, you know the answer. Sridhar,
All
what do you?
at the feet of Sanjeev going, मुझे माफ कर दो.
But it's 78th.
Oh,
KL
wow.
Rahul has the 78th highest strike rate this IPL, which is 135. So he's really struggled. And honestly, I feel bad for the guy because I think like he just seems to have too much pressure on him. And especially after the Sanjeev Goenka thing and the way he was taking it, he seemed. I mean, I think he's a very good cricketer who's just had a very very tough time. But what do you think is the problem for LSG this year?
I think I touched upon this earlier. Was that Mayank, once he got injured, it looked like a different team. Till the time he was there in the team and he was bowling at that full tilt and taking those wickets, I think they were a different team. The moment that aggression and that positivity went out of their team, they suddenly seemed to have lost a direction as to how to play the game now. Excepting for that Stoinis, I expected more from him because I thought he has that class, he has that ability to really turn on any match on any given day. Actually, it's not that he'll and the reluctance to stay on the wicket with their batsmen, that was very strange because some matches you see that the person who stayed in the wicket for a longer time, they were able to hit the ball out a lot more times than the other batsmen who tried to hit it, and they failed miserably. But somewhere down the line there was no direction after they started losing. I think the first loss itself, maybe what we didn't see was the firing that they may have gotten behind closed doors also, which came out in the open after the big loss. Because after some time, I feel there was a brilliant article in LinkedIn where they mentioned that our boss should have some empathy towards his employees, and he should not be the one who should be firing them. Like I learned a great thing from Adi Pocha once. I remember we were shooting for a show, and there were two guys who were in production. I'll take their names later. One of them, all of us know him very well. So these two guys screwed up on something. So Adi got really angry and his face had become red. But in between, he just stopped the shoot and he said, I'll be back in a moment." And he took both these boys far away from everyone, took them inside one makeup room which was empty, has fired them and come back. And these guys went back to their job, doing things which they did really well. Names are Warren Suto and Farhan Akhtar.
Oh wow.
assisting Adi at that time. And really, that is a way a leader should be, a boss should be, instead of randomly going out and start shouting in front of everyone. Which I think all of us have make that mistake. That shouting at people in front of a larger group of people, it's like a show of strength. That I am the owner, I am in charge, and all that stuff. But I think it just shows how small a human being can become. And sometimes, if you do not have the correct messages given to the team members in the dressing room after they lost the match, and that's where you start losing consistently rather than winning ever again. So maybe that's what happened, because see, I'm going by that one example which was quite animated. If somebody had to do that so openly, that person is used to doing it regularly, and that must have happened behind closed doors also. So it's pointless, and once your morale is gone, it's gone. Ultimately, they are playing cricket, they are playing for their team, not for you. It's a team. So when owners behave as if कि मैं हूँ सब कुछ, नहीं, तुम्हारा ब्रांड के लिए खेल रहे हो लोग, तुम्हारे लिए नहीं खेल रहा है, तुम्हारा घर का पर्सनल सर्वेंट्स नहीं है. So they have to
But
be very careful.
I also thought it was interesting how he was talking to KL Rahul in a very this way, and then when Justin Langer came, he was a little bit more toned down. And I'm like,
But even
interesting.
Justin Langer, he
Yeah.
was a little angry and aggravated.
Yeah,
You know what?
but
My
look,
bigger problem,
yeah.
my
Hmm.
bigger problem with LSG has to be their jersey. I don't know if you noticed. Okay, like the LSG team looks so lackluster. Like there's no life. Like the LSG team and they're dressing their jerseys look like they've come to change the hoardings inside the stadium. Like there's no character, there's no life. It's so dull, drab, boring. And KL Rahul is not helping. Like KL Rahul comes like he's been dragged by like KL Rahul looks like he's playing because Sunil Shetty is not getting movies. Like it's it's like there's so much weight on his shoulders when he's coming to play in the middle, which sees, like which shows like he's not very happy. Like, he doesn't have a lot of life in him while he's in the middle of the field, which I think is quite sad. Yeah, overall, I think LSG lacks that spunk and spice. The most
Yeah.
spice LSG had was when Gautam Gambhir used to fight like outside the match. That was the only thing that was little like whatever sparkly about that team. Otherwise, it's quite boring the way they play their games.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting more from them. By the way, we have a couple of comments that have come in from, and again with the Sanjeev Goenka thing, I think it's kind of interesting where, like, I won't paint him on the basis of this one incident. It seemed like a yeah, it's I mean, never know. Like, just I mean, I'm because a lot of people have come out and defended him also, so never know. Shadab has said Malia probably hired Bhajji to slap Ross Taylor, which is a great theory. Uh, Raul Duke says that apparently Ross Taylor was slapped by RR owner at the time. They had like 30 investors. So I don't know if that means that he was slapped 30 times, which is worse than being slapped once. It is apparently in his biography, which is I think I remember reading this. Anyway,
But
so
Raj
okay,
Kundra, I
let's
think, is more plausible. Raj Kundra
yeah.
slapping him. But what's worse is maybe Raj Kundra slapped him and made a video out of it for his app.
App. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Maybe he was trying to. Maybe that was the audition, or Ross didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But
So
Taylor removing close ads. The title of the video.
yeah, okay.
I
Let's
like.
let's come.
I saw a
Yeah.
very
Yes.
interesting comment. Sorry, Sorabh. Cricket is an emotion. Even billionaire business tycoon lose it. Give Goenka some leave. One day he said after some time he's written saying that KL Rahul looks like Amol Palekar and talks like Amol Palekar also. Sir, ये मैच में हार गया सर. I don't think I can win this ever. It is gone, sir. सब गोलमाल है गोलमाल.
Listen, Suresh, can you please do KL Rahul like dressed in KL Rahul jersey doing Amol Palekar? I think it would really match everything, and I think this is the future of your success. I think
Oh,
this is how you get a BCCI contract.
oh,
Correct.
done. I'll pull out one
That's your
video where
escape
KL
from
is.
Sorapan's podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, the next elevation will be you will come on Aditya Kulshestra podcast, then on Geodos. Eventually, there's a whole step you have to go through. Anyway, last thing I'll come to, and it's of course trying to figure out the last four teams which qualified. And honestly, every IPL this year happens. Every IPL, you're like the middle is getting pakao, and then suddenly the last four matches, you're like, oh, vibes again, super fun. So again, in the comments, let me know who do you think is going to reach the final, win, whatever else it is. And I'll ask both of you, which team do you want to win? right? Because it's a completely different thing. Who do you want to win right now? Who is your choice? Let's be biased. Let's bring the biases out.
Okay. Me, RR,
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
Sanju Samson. For me, it will be Kerala winning the trophy if
yeah.
RR wins.
See, I think RR winning would be nice, but I think RCB should win. It's been a while. It's been 15, 16 years in the making. And see, Virat Kohli, for whatever he does and whatever antics he has on the field, I think he's been a legend of Indian cricket. And the one thing that he's been desperately, I think my only problem with RCB winning is now, I think the day RCB wins that IPL trophy, I think Virat Kohli will be so screwed in his head. He won't have any purpose left in his life. Like he will have no idea what to do with his life. I mean, yeah, I think then he will go to the Google form and apply for India coach. Okay, I'm done playing. Let me coach teams.
I'm just imagining Virat Kohli walking through Kaban Park, just talking to squirrels. He's like, Gilehri, bata na. अभी क्या करना है मुझे जिंदगी में? Objective is
Man, damn
done.
interesting. That's a seriously.
But I would have loved to speak about Sunil Narayan also,
Yeah.
especially his bowling. But chuck it. Anyways, go to the next topic.
Excellent, excellent. मजा आ गया.
Excellent, superb. Suresh, what about you? Okay, I'll just tell you who the crowd is saying, and then you can tell yours. Somajit, very predictably, Somajit Sengupta, you can guess who he wants, which is KKR. Sunita wants KKR. SAG wants Orange Army. Siddhant Bhatt, of course, wants Islamabad United, which might be a bit of a stretch. I'm not sure they'll be able to win this year. Sunita says KKR. Apex is RCB. Jardani Jovanovic says anyone but SRH. Can't watch, come in silence. Everyone again 100% agree. So yeah, who do you think? Who do you think, Suresh? Who do you want?
I think but the best boss should win. His team should win the trophy this year. So I think Shah Rukh Khan, SRK, KKR. So I'll go with that because I think that guy really. I've seen Shah Rukh. I worked with him, and as I said before, his team was be the only team that is getting that is getting paid on time also. Including the coaching staff and Chandrakant Pandit and Abhishek Nair, both of them being there, it does make a lot of difference for the team. And I think they got a great chance this year to take the cup again, once again. But yeah, which I would be with Sridhar a little bit because somewhere down the line you feel for Virat, you want him to take one cup. But yeah, the fear is then what will he do after that? So we don't want to lose him because I definitely want to see Virat also stretching his career till into his 40s and not retire before that. Fitness
Yeah.
levels are superb,
You know,
no doubt, and he should still be there in the team in all forms of cricket, I would say.
yeah, I think the first thing Virat Kohli will do after winning the IPL trophy is, I think he'll call up Dhoni, he'll call up Rohit Sharma. He's like, how did you guys like do five? Like, what motivation did you guys have after one? Like, isn't like life done after this? Why would you go on?
Abrupt retirement. Virat Kohli becomes that gentleman from Tarak Mehta ka Ulta Chashma, where he's like, he just disappeared for 25 days, and they're like, no, I was trying to find myself. I'm on a spiritual journey. It's just Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli becomes Shivam Dubey. That's what I'm expecting.
Oh
But
God.
the by the way, the two teams that I want to win are the two teams that are most unlikely to win, which is actually Sridhar's team and Suresh's team, which is RR and RCB, because they're playing the eliminator. And teams that have in 17 editions of the IPL or 16, whatever the number is, only once has a team won from the eliminator, and that was SRH. So it's highly unlikely. I just want, because both are playing for India in the World Cup, and I want them to go with happy feelings. And I want RCB to win just for Kohli to go like, I can win. I think it's possible. I can win because I think I don't think he remembers. I don't think he's won a major tournament in a long time. So I think just for Kohli, I just want RCB to win this thing. So yeah, for everybody tuned in, it's a lot of fun. We'll be doing lives every post match. So tomorrow after the match, we'll do a live as well. And keep your comments coming. Try and keep some super chats, etc. All that kind of stuff. Follow Suresh everywhere. Suresh, Shridhar, anything you'd like to promote, please go ahead.
Oh yeah, I have a show coming up. I'm doing my solo show at the Habitat on the 2nd of June, 6 p.m. Tickets are in my bio on Instagram, which is at I am comic. Please come for more jokes.
Well, as for me, I think I'm coming up with a stage play this time. It's Paritosh Painter, highly respected stage personality. That will come out on 30th of June, and we have been rehearsing very hard. Today was an off day, thankfully. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to be with you, Sorabh, which I rightly call you every time, Sorabh. So I would. That's what you can look forward to. It will be all over the newspapers because that's how
It's
they.
called what? What is it called?
It's called Ek Mein or Ek Tu.
Oh,
Ah.
wow, this sounds like KL Rahul's innings. Uh, एक में और एक two.
By the way, I would suggest both go for everything. Both of them are doing. Sridhar is a lot of fun to watch on stage because
Yeah.
on stage he gets a lot darker as well, which is a lot of fun to watch. And Suresh is always a joy to watch. And Suresh Menon, by the way, big shout out. I want to just say to Suresh Menon, okay? Now, all of you who watch this regularly know how bad I am with technology. Suresh, me, and Jamie Alter recorded a podcast earlier today, which is supposed to release at 8 o'clock. It was a great podcast. We had a lot of fun. And then I just looked at the footage and I'm like, it appears there is no footage because I'd forgotten to press record. So Suresh has come a second time today. So I just want to say big shout out to Suresh man for being a fucking lovely guy. And
Yeah.
of course, Sridhar for
एक में
always.
और एक में और एक
Yeah.
two recordings.
That there you have.
Yeah. So follow Suresh everywhere. Keep coming back to the lives, and if you enjoy, thanks a lot for supporting. Sridhar, Suresh, very big thanks for your time. In the description, you can find the links to both of them as well, and to all my life as well. And thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Love you all. Marry me. Goodbye. Ending the stream.
Good night.
Good night.
Ooh.